What's going on, plant people? Welcome to LecaMagic. Here we have our golden Pothos, also known as the Epiprenum pinnatum aurea. As you can see, this beautiful plant is doing really well. We're growing pretty big on the moss pole, but we don't really water this moss pole at all, and we've been switching a lot of our plants over to this kind of moss pole, which we've had lots of great results. So we're going to go ahead and take this one off the moss pole and change out its media too. As you can see, it got a little bit of root rot, but there are still some good roots in here though, so no worries, no worries. This plant is going to be doing just fine. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get all this out. Yummy, yummy. Okay. There we go. This has been a Leca for a while now. I want to say about a year. It's been in the same container in Leca for about a year now. So it's definitely time for a change. Now we are going to be putting this into a chunky arid mix. So it's going to do just fine. Trying to get these roots spread apart. See what we're working with here. Get all the dead roots off. Like I said, there are some good roots, so I don't want to pull too hard. But that looks pretty good. So we still have some pretty good roots in here. All right. Let's go ahead and get this beautiful thing off the moss pole. Now this thing is quite long, so we might not be putting the whole entire thing on the moss pole. I want to try and take at least half of it and put it on the moss pole. So we will see, we will see. See what these aerial roots are looking like once we completely remove it from this moss pole here. I'm just gonna cut right down. I'm not gonna reuse this moss pole, so I'm not really worried about keeping the gutter guarded all. All right, we get that off. Now, for the roots that are sticking out, I just want to carefully cut around them so that way I'm able to pull the root out without having any issues. All right, that one's free. Let's see. So let's go ahead and cut around this one too. All right. Now I want to save this moss. So Like I said, this didn't root in the mouse pool that much. It did a little bit at certain parts, but we barely watered this mouse pool. I think only like once or twice in a whole year. So that goes to show you how well I did at watering this thing. Uh, all right, now I'm just gonna carefully just take this gutter guard off. These little tiny area roots in here, really holding on to that moss. Oh man, they're really on there. Oh no. Oh, there goes a big old aerial root that just broke. So I kind of want to be careful because it is super top heavy. But I need to get this off. There we go. One more. Of course, one more root down here. Come on. All right. That is off. And here we have our Pothos. So I'm looking at it and it looks like the aerial roots they're quite large on the bottom. But as you can see, they really trail up there, and that's what was really gripping onto the mouse pole, so that's pretty cool. So now the goal is to get it on its new mouse pole. Like I said before, I don't want this whole entire thing on the mouse pole. We're gonna try our best to get the whole thing on there, but yeah. Checking out the bottoms of the leaves. Bottom of the leaves look really good. Overall, this plant looks really, really good. These leaves are huge. All right, so I am going to chop it down here so that way all these area roots will make up the new soil. Let's chop it from right there. That's a good chop. Now we're going to go ahead and remove all the bottom leaves because they're going to be covered with the new medium, and we don't want to have rotten leaves in the soil. That won't be good. So I'm gonna keep going up just a little bit more. I think that's a good base to start with. Just do one more leaf. Boom. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and strap it up to the moss pole. But before I do that, I'm gonna clean up a little bit because it's a little bit dirty. All right, it's a good fit. All right, so now let's go ahead and size this beauty up. Now it's gonna be kind of hard with this one because it is curved a lot. So I want to make sure the bottom has enough room. Good, good. That's a good start. This is gonna be a hard one. Let me tell you. Let's see. Because it's so curved at the top, and I want to make sure that it stays on the mouse pole. So that's good. Don't want to pull too hard because if I do that, it will snap. And that will not be good. So every day I'm going to come in here and tighten it a little tighter every single day until it adheres to the pole nice and straight. But for now, I have it tight up top. So that way it's right on the moss pole. So that way the air roots can grow right in. And every day I'm going to come in and tighten this part up and just trying to sandwich that on there. So for down here, that's a good spot. All right. So this is a start. Got it on the moss pole. Now we just need to fill the bottom of this with some chunky aeroid mix and then fill the rest in and then water it. We're good to go. And put this over here for right now. Need to clean up just a wee bit. All right. Flip this beautiful plant upside down. All right. Now we're going to take our container. Just like that. Make sure it's all the way on the bottom. Put nice tight pressure and then flip. Now I'm going to make sure that it's not directly all the way up against it, but it's also not in the center. So let's go ahead and fill. Oh no. Well, I just ripped the aerial root. That's not cool. I'm just gonna leave it alone. So, you're probably wondering why I'm not putting it in um, a pot that has drainage holes. Well, I found that, I find that in my environment, um, it works very well not to have any drainage. Now, that might not be the same for everyone else's. You have to just kind of play around and experiment and see. But as long as I let the water dry out in between waterings, it is just fine. And with these clear pots, it's easier to see how much water is actually inside. So I like it. I've had lots of good success with it. It's not for everybody, so don't get upset if you try it and it doesn't work for you. In my environment, I make sure there's lots of air circulation. Humidity is um, between about 55 and 65, and the temp is around 75 to 85 degrees. So it just depends. It's been a pretty chill winter. We did have some negatives, like negative 39 and negative 45 and 50, but it wasn't terrible. I was prepared this year. Last year we were not prepared. It was crazy. But here we are. We have our golden pothos up on a better moss pole now. And like I said, every day I'm going to come in here and tighten this up to the moss pole so that way it can stay on. So the only thing to do now is to water the moss pole and to water the pot itself. So I'm going to monitor this, let it drain out completely, and then water the bottom, and we're good to go. So thanks for watching our Leca to soil transfer. Like I said, this pothos has been growing for about a good year now. Leaves are getting huge. So any questions, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll also do my best to answer as many questions as possible. Thanks for watching.